I know from the statistics that every time my face shows up, a lot of the viewers go away. I understand. But let me assure you that there will be a lot of interesting stuff and some really bad jokes. Anyway, I'm Alex and I'm developing a driving game where your only goal is to reach the finish line alive. The game is called Panic Lane. Do wishlist it on Steam so you don't miss the release that is coming up on... What is that? So it's coming out this year. Yes. Panic Lane will have 5 different worlds with their own tracks and mechanics. Lately I've been working on the pipe world. It used to look like this. Now it looks a bit better, but of course this is not final. This whole pipe thing got a bit out of hand. The original idea was to just drive on a pipe and avoid some obstacles, but I ended up making 3 different mechanics. These are what I call regular pipes. They're not magnetic. Okay, they are tiny bit magnetic. It makes it easier to stay on the track. Just don't tell anyone. As usual, the track changes every time you respawn. One of the first things I had to do was fixing the camera. This is what the driving looked like before. And this is the new system. The way this works is that there's an invisible ray cast from the car and it detects collision with the pipe. The closer the collision point is, the more the camera moves. Although these pipes seem simple, it takes some time to get used to driving on them. If you just drive right on top of them, you will fall off. And if you go too far down, you also fall off. The right balance depends on the curvature and the velocity. And that's what I call a learning curve. As promised, there are some visual aids that help the player. There's a red area on the bottom of the pipe, meaning if you are on top of it, you will start to fall. Also, there's the screen that tells the player whether the wheels are in contact with the pipe. The idea is that this gives you feedback as you drive. It isn't always obvious whether or not there is contact, and you pretty much always want to touch the pipe for maximum speed. And why do you want to go fast? Well, because there are these things that I call kill gates. There is a timer at the top of the gate that shows how much time do you have to reach it. If you don't reach it in time, you die. And if you do reach it, a new gate spawns with a new timer. And when you have only a few seconds left, the pipe starts flashing red. You know how when time is running out, the last seconds feel very long? Well, in this game, there may be a very good reason for that. Now on to the exciting stuff, the magnetic pipes. But before that, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you feed the algorithm by giving a like, and if you want to see what this game will look like in its final form, don't forget to subscribe. Magnets, how do they work? Well, in this case, it's pretty simple. It's just downforce. As you drive, different amounts of force are applied, depending on how many of the wheels are in contact with the pipe. I might consider doing something more sophisticated if there's a need for that, but what can I say? It works. Just... So the magnet part was easy, but getting the driving feel-wise was not. I almost gave up. The whole thing started to seem like a pipe dream. So for these sections, there are very specific settings for downforce, counter steering, friction and other things. In other words, the properties of the vehicle change if you move between a regular and a magnetic pipe. I know it looks like you have only one car in the game, but technically speaking, you have different cars even on the same track. As you can see, the magnet effect is not infinitely strong. The player has to constantly avoid flying off the track. But these tracks are not too intense. They actually become quite relaxing once you get used to the new way of driving. One good thing about the magnetic sections is that they can be rotated randomly, and it doesn't really affect the difficulty. At the moment, I have only one type of a magnetic section, but even with that, you get all kinds of shapes. Finally, we have the most intense type of pipe. I call this glide mode. In these sections, you cannot control the speed of the vehicle. You just go either left or right. I tried a couple of different solutions that allow the car only to move sideways. I ended up using a system where the rear wheels are also affected by the steering. I like this solution because you can still feel the weight of the car. The wheels will be hidden in the final game, so there won't be any clues, and you know what to do. Here we have all the different pipes on the same track in case you're wondering what that looks like. There will be a lot of changes, but I hope in terms of the mechanics, this is somewhat final. However, if you have any ideas about anything, please share them in the comments section. Next, I will be working on the half pipe. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please check out this video, or maybe this one. YouTube algorithm thinks that this video is the best one for you, but I have no idea which one it will pick. Hey, if you made it this far, huge thanks for watching. I will see you in the future.